This video was made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.
Hey, what's up, guys? Talk Nintendo podcast here with two fellas from Massive Monster with their newly released game, Never Give Up. We have Jay Armstrong.
Howdy doody.
And we also have James Permain.
Hello.
Hey,
how's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Thank you so much for having us on. It's great to meet you.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I checked the time difference, a solid 12 hours, so it is about 10 p.m., well, I guess Perry's Central Time. Yeah. I'm Eastern, so it's like 9:53 a.m. for you guys. Nice, bright and early.
That's right, yeah. But the good news is we went to bed at 6 p.m. last night. We've had a solid good night's sleep, and we are ready to roll.
So we're drinking cocktails all night.
Good.
Sounds like cocktails all morning.
Celebrate. So.
Yes. So we are here to talk about your guys' new game. That's now, correct? Has this come out on any other platforms yet? Is this brand new?
It's brand new, yeah. So
Okay.
I'm not sure when this airs, but the game's out tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
it
August
will.
15th.
Yep, it will be out.
Yeah.
Yesterday, so it'll be out now.
Steam and Nintendo Switch. So
That's
yeah,
right.
it's this is launch for us. Launch day today. The launch is at 12 p.m. tonight.
For our time.
Ooh, that's
Main thing
exciting.
Congratulations.
After the 13th, go buy it because it's out. So this game is like it's the initial release.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
that's
you
so
got it.
cool.
Yeah.
There it is.
Sorry, unfortunately, my screen, since I'm the one recording, it's reversed. But anyway, you can see the logo up on the top anyway. Yeah, there it is.
No, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. That's great. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
man.
great.
I've been playing it. It's super fun.
Watching.
Yes.
So,
So the
go ahead and
game-
explain it.
It's a brand new game, but it's also come out of a legacy of a series of Flash games that were on the internet that were kind of popular. But this is the full console release retail version of that series.
Oh,
Yeah.
Games that you have made before? Flash games that you made?
So we made the second one, but the first one we didn't make. But this one,
Okay.
the
Okay,
spiritual
interesting.
successor and the full build out. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, I see it. I can see like the Flash game influence too, but I mean that. But it's a really good looking game, and it runs really well on the Switch too, which is really fun because it's kind of important for this style of game. Because I don't know what I would call it. I mean, I feel like Super Meat Boy is kind of esque, right? But it's I don't know. How would you guys explain it? I'm gonna play a trailer right now while you guys are explaining it.
Platformer.
You want us to explain over the trailer?
Yeah. I mean, just explain so that way they can see it.
Yeah, so it's a super difficult massacre Twitch-based platformer. So the kind of twist is you play the same level, but each time you beat it, it gets harder and harder each time. So it kind of slowly ramps the difficulty up. So each time you beat the level, it gets harder. By the end of a level, it's really difficult, but because you've learned through repetition and kind of built up that muscle memory, you can kind of pull off crazy ninja stunts that you wouldn't have been able to do from the offset. But because we kind of slowly built up the difficulty through repetition, you build up
The knowledge,
muscle
base
memory.
knowledge.
Well,
there.
and you say you play the same level over and over again, which I mean it's true, but you also it's kind of like you play the first stage of the level, then you go through, keep going on the stage, and then the cool thing is you're not just playing the same thing, but like a new enemy, a new obstacle will be there that wasn't there before.
Damn rhinos.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
the idea is the game is trying to make you press the big red give up button at the bottom of the screen. So you can actually, if you reach a point where you feel like you can't get any further, you can press the give up button, and that will let you progress to the next level in the game. But the game's gonna make fun of you for that. So the idea is the game's sort of trying to push you to your limits and kind of make you give up and make fun of you as well for giving up. So the game wants to beat you, but you gotta never give up and stick with it and see how far you can get.
You're better than the game. Go out and prove it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, the game explains itself. It's called Never Give Up. It's a crazy, hard Twitch-based platformer. Exactly. So, and with that cool, unique twist, I love the, it feels good because it's like that feeling of mastering a level, and then you get to play it again when you've mastered it and get further. but and it gives you that satisfaction. Then and like, you know, and as I was playing through, you know, I realized like, you know, if you hit like two buttons at the same time, or like the dash plus the jump, you do like a, you know, and
you found that?
I did.
Awesome.
I found that. Yes, I found that like
Secret.
after like a half hour, and then I was like, then I implemented that into the game, and I love that kind of that kind of design of gameplay design, because I found that I didn't need to use it in the game, but I did use it, so I
Makes
could.
you feel
So
good,
it just makes me feel good. Like I'm very smart because I figured this out and I'm going to use it, or you know.
Definitely.
So we actually never teach that to players. That is kind of like a sneaky secret that we
Spoilers.
put in. That
Okay. Maybe I should
yeah,
put
so you
spoilers
don't
up. I'm
actually
sorry.
need that technique. It's
Yeah.
not spoilers. You know, we can talk about it. You're not actually required to use that, but we kind of wanted to put it in for, that's kind of for the higher level speedrunners who want to be able to get through quicker and kind of to optimize their times. It adds another layer of potential sort of skill to the game and another input.
But you do need to be careful, because if you super dash at the wrong moment, you will end up a big pile of blood. So it's an advantage certainly, but you can't just use it all the time. It doesn't like guarantee that you're going to get a great time. So it's like that level of kind of skill,
situational
like once you
awareness.
Exactly.
It's risky, but it's also rewarding, and that you can get through the level a lot quicker with that.
Yeah.
How did you find it, by the way?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, how did you find it? Were you just kind of messing with the buttons and it suddenly happened, or?
Yeah, basically. Oh, actually, I think I literally came because I wanted to dash and then jump at a last moment, and I just kind of did it. And I was like, oh, that actually did something different that I kind of exactly wanted to happen. So, and then, you know, and then I was like, okay, how did exactly I do that? And I kept going through, found it, stuff like, you know, and yeah. So, I mean, this game has wall jumps. This game has, I mean, all your standard, I mean, it's pretty just total platformy, but it has this super cute aesthetic and it's funny, and there's really funny voice acting. I know
hilarious.
Casey was like texting me about how funny he
the
thought
voice,
it was.
I died like 13 times in a row real quick, and just like different body parts, like, oh, my spleen, and it just kept on going. I was like, man, they really, every body part. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the level design, where, like you said, I really like that idea of going through the level, like you said, sort of getting the lay of the land and adding some more things. So when you were developing the levels, do you make did you make the very end one first and then sort of chip away from it, or was it a natural progression of maybe building it where, okay, like, we'll make it simple and then we can sort of see where we can add more parts to make it more difficult?
Right, yeah. So I think it was kind of a little bit of both. We design a level and we make sure it was really fun to play, and then we kind of make a simplified version that's kind of more accessible, and we kind of find the sort of pain points and the kind of more difficult bits and make those easier, and then we kind of play it, and then we also see how difficult on the grand scale in terms of the overall curve of the difficulty in the game. So we kind of, and then potentially add harder versions, and like, yeah, I guess we kind of massage the level a little bit, and kind of, it was sort of, wasn't the same for every level, but we kind of just experiment and have fun with it, and sort of see what works and what doesn't, and kind of maybe try and figure out what the unique thing about each level is and maximize that, and sort of figure out the best way to ease the players into the level. So by the end, it's really difficult and kind of slowly ease.
Yeah, and I did find that it wasn't just boring from the get-go. That's kind of one of my pet peeves, is like a game that starts and it's just to plainly show you what to do, but doesn't give you a challenge. I mean, it depends on it depends on the situation for sure. Like if it's really, really fast and snippy, but I love how it definitely is hard from the beginning, but not too hard. I'm not any speedrunner at all.
Know.
That kind of Casey knows. I am not any sort of a crazy gamer or anything, and I can play through this game. You know, I mean, sure, I'm 3% of the way through and I have 160 deaths, but that's okay. You know,
just keep slamming your head against the wall.
Yeah, I mean, you get it, and yeah. So, I guess it's interesting because I was thinking the whole time that, like, it's funny. This is just from my perspective of what I know, and I know that you guys made the Adventure Pals. And so I was just thinking, like, you know, Adventure Pals is not Meat Boy-esque crazy platforming death all the time. And I'm thinking, what made them? Maybe they're like, hey, maybe we're gonna make Never Give Up because we want to make a game like that. But did this come from a game before you made Adventure Pals then?
Yeah, so this actually came from a Flash series of games which called Give Up and Give Up 2.
Okay.
And this is like a full retail kind of build out.
That's amazing.
So
it's
this
Give Up.
this
Okay.
like it has like this like Flash legacy. So it's been around for a long time. I think the first Give Up actually like predated the Super Meat Boy as well. So it's the history of this game goes way far back to kind of the beginning of that whole genre of like
Wow.
Twitch platform.
Yeah.
It never represented on console or Steam or anything. So I think this is like finally it's finally kind of out there now for people to play.
That's so
which
cool.
is really exciting.
That is
We
awesome.
definitely wanted to do something a bit different to Adventure Pals. Like, as you say, Adventure Pals is very accessible, kind of kid friendly. You like a great kind of game that you'd sit and play with your girlfriend or your partner, and like not too stressful. Whereas this, we kind of wanted to ramp it up a bit and sort of do something a little bit different. And it's got kind of blood and guts, and we like to think that we make games for everyone. There's games for younger audiences and games for kind of skilled people who want more of a challenge, as long as you like a platform.
Hardcore and casual, if they might say.
Yeah,
but
that's very different.
That's very.
We took
cool.
we took a lot to learn from Adventure Pals and brought it into this as well, like game design decisions and that.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Adventure Pals. I actually have a little trailer of Adventure Pals queued up, so we'll go ahead. Because I also want to say that I do own Adventure Pals right here.
Hey,
there we go.
Right.
On Switch from Super Rare. There's actually an unboxing. There's a video of me unboxing this on our YouTube channel.
Awesome.
And this comes with all the cool, comes with like the fun cards and everything. I love Super Rare games. So I am excited to play this game, and I've heard nothing but good things. And so I guess, was Adventure Pals the first game on Switch is that the first game that you did on Switch?
Yes, it's the first one. We actually like worked on both games kind of at the same sort of time, which was bonkers for like a tiny team like that we are.
Sure.
Absolutely insane. And any other game developers out there, just make one game at a time. That's what I recommend. But yeah, so Adventure Pals was our first sort of proper full game release, and it's been about a year now, a little bit longer. And the nice thing about like doing them both at the same time means that like we can sort of within a year or so we can have both games out, which is great. So yeah, Adventure Pals was our first commercial kind of release. Obviously, we used to make sort of free web games, but this is we've kind of moved away from that, which is fantastic. And and Never Give Up will be our next full title, number 2. Yeah,
that's so cool, dude.
Adventure Pals came out on all the consoles, right? But I noticed Never Give Up is only for Switch and PC at the moment. Was there a reason? Like, was the Switch just something you guys really wanted to work towards, or did you just see Adventure Pals just was such a good
Switch
fit
is
for
just
Switch
the best console?
Kind of thing?
So
well, we got to be careful what we say, obviously. But Switch was fantastic for us for Adventure Pals as well. The timing was great. I think we were on the 13th month of the Switch coming out, and Adventure Pals came out. And as a small studio, like trying to like fight for people to notice us, that was a wonderful stroke of luck, basically. So I think we just feel like we really love the Switch, and also for Never Give Up, it's a great way to play the game. Yeah, because you sort of hop in. You get super frustrated, put your Switch down, later come back to it, like you're straight back in the game. You don't have to power it on, like wait for it all to load and then load your save, whatever. You can just like pick the thing up, play a few more rooms. If you get frustrated with Never Give Up, put it down again. We just felt like it was a great way to play the game and like consume the game. So
I think with Adventure Pals launching on all the consoles at launch, nearly broke you. A lot of work, particularly on the programmer side.
I mean, so are you planning on releasing on other systems, or I mean, you probably
we don't have any plans now. It's potentially might happen. I think we're going to kind of see how it goes. I mean, never say never. We haven't got any plans yet.
Never give up.
We'll see what
Of course.
Never give up. Yeah.
Exactly. I love how if it came from Give Up and Give Up 2, like Never Give Up is like the revolution, like never give up. So that's awesome.
It's kind of been the mantra throughout the development of the game.
Yeah.
Games take a long time to make, and it's been a lot of work. But we're always like, we can't give up on a game.
Exactly. That's a great name for a game, because it's like, how pathetic can I be if I don't even if I give up on a game called Never Give Up? And I get it. Game development is insanely hard and challenging and stuff, and 99% of projects don't finish. So, yeah. So that's really cool, guys. Well, thanks for coming on to the podcast and talking about Never Give Up. It's a really cool game, especially if anyone's a platformer fan, I would recommend it. It's just a fantastic platformer. It's funny, challenging, but not too challenging. Even though it's called Never Give Up, and you see like the trailer and you're like, oh boy, all that but it has a really nice momentum to it, which I really like. So I've been enjoying it.
Fail safe. You got that button to give up on, so.
Yep.
That's the beauty. Like some of those games, where it's like, oh, I just can't do it. It's nice to be able to have that option to keep on pushing forward. So.
Yeah, it's like you made it perfectly for Casey. He uses it. He uses the Never Give Up button every level.
I haven't beaten this level.
That's amazing. Well, we will have fun in Malaysia. Everyone has fun in Malaysia. That's the
saying, right?
That's the saying. And
thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Yeah, we'll definitely have you on again when you release more games, or just whenever. You're always welcome.
Yes.
Thanks very much.
We're going to be here every week.
All right.
That's all right. This guy's having a baby. We'll replace him.
Yeah.
We got new co-hosts here.
Perfect.
I've been trying to replace him for weeks, guys. We're taking resumes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well,
cheers, guys. Thanks very much.
We will bid you adieu. Thanks, guys, so much. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.